What's up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice of my player in WWE 2K19. It's Friday, which means it's time for some bonus content. WWE 2K Fave will be back Monday and again on Wednesday. I put the word out on Twitter. I asked what you wanted to see, and you all are overwhelmingly in favor of more wrestling content. So more wrestling content is what you're going to get. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of only 2 matches I had in 2018. As you may or may not know, I have steered my focus away from in-ring competition and more toward hosting, ring announcing, and commentary. It's been working out pretty well thus far. But earlier this year, I had a match at Best of the West in Fresno, California against Steven Tresario. That was on Saturday, March 17th. So we're going to take a look at that match in its entirety, and you will have me doing my own commentary over that match to tell you exactly what I was thinking and feeling at the time. We're going to blaze through the plugs in 30 seconds or less. It's Friday. It's the weekend, which means I've got shows coming up. Tonight, Friday, November 16th, I will be hosting, ring announcing, and providing the live commentary at Hoodslam, 80s for the ladies at the Oakland Metro Opera House in Oakland, California. Ticket information is in the description of this video. And then tomorrow, Saturday, November the 17th, I will be hosting and ring announcing Headlock on Hunger, a fundraiser looking to put an end to child hunger. That's in Sparks, Nevada. And again, ticket information for that event is in the description of this video. So without any further ado, let's dive into one of only 2 matches that I had in 2018. This one against Steven Tresario at Best of the West from Saturday, March 17th. Enjoy.
All right, and Wiggles getting into the ring. Davey Dangerously representing the ring crew, ring announcing, and March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 2018. One of only 2 matches I had, and my opponent was nice enough to actually drop by on short notice, and he's sitting right here as he's moments away from entering the ring. What's up, Stevie?
How's it going, AJ?
Thanks for coming over on such short notice, bro. I was looking forward to calling this match on my own. I haven't, I think I've only watched it once since it actually happened, but here you are, my opponent, and we're not going to be doing commentary. We're going to be calling this as 2 people kind of looking over their work. So here you are. Can you, for people who are unfamiliar, how would you describe the Steven Tresario character? Because right off the bat, clearly that smile, that creepy glint, of course the snap, unhinged is the first thing that comes to my mind. But take it away.
Yeah, man. You know, they say to let yourself go to volume 11 when you go out there, and so this is just the kind of crazier side of me, you know, a little bit more erratic, a little bit more spontaneous, and out there and just really just feeling it. The snapping is something that I do in real life. It's gotten me in trouble at work before. Okay. Because someone thought that I snapped literally at one of my managers in an aggressive manner.
Ooh.
So you know, it's a real thing. It helps me to, you know, keep cool, keep even, stay focused.
I imagine stay in character as well.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I can imagine, I can just see how that snap just kind of, like for me at Hoodslam, it's anything bro related. It just helps keep me in that character's mindset, and I have come to appreciate how you use the snap, or not use the snap, as the case has been recently, to kind of set the tone for your character. And here I come.
Oh,
not
God.
in the best of shape I've ever been, but for somebody who only wrestles twice a year, I'm not. Oh, fuck that guy.
Hey, man.
In the Tresario shirt.
Hey, man, that guy is almost as responsible. I'd say he is pretty much as responsible for making me become a pro wrestler as you are.
Really?
Real.
Who's
That's
that guy?
That's one of my best friends, Eric Peters. I've known him since I was 8 years old.
That's so cool that he'd come all the way. Or, I mean, was he local to Fresno, or?
No, he is from Novato, and he lives in not Santa Rosa, some other SR city, East
Wow.
Bay.
Okay.
He lives in the East Bay, though.
Right. Well, good. That's so cool that he would make the drive.
He was probably living in Concord at this time. So, yeah, he made the drive. He came out. He did not want to miss this one.
That's so cool. Well, yeah. we are underway. Well, you touched on it. He said he is almost as responsible for your journey in pro wrestling as I am. I don't think a lot of people watching this in the crowd here in Fresno as I stop your snap and be like, no, that stops right here, right now, and you didn't like that one bit.
Yeah. Or does it stop right here?
Or does it? Yeah. Ooh, and a slap to the face. So this match has been building for several months now between you and me, just to kind of set the stage for the match. But like, I wanted to make it. Look at those ginger punches. Who fucking booked this shit?
Those are ginger punches.
Touche, sir. Touche. So I've been on a kind of like a bucket list to get all the matches that I want to finish up before I actually call it a career. And you were on my list because you and I actually met through friends in the Burning Man community.
Yep.
And God, that was what, like 7 or 8 years ago by now, I think.
Yeah, like 8 years ago.
That's insane that it was that long ago. But you know, you told me that you'd always dreamed about pursuing a career in wrestling, and look at that, the eye rake across the top of the barricade.
Yeah, that's
surprised it didn't
brutal.
bust you right open.
Just brutal.
And at first, I pointed you to All Pro Wrestling, which to this day, you know, is responsible for some of the best workers in the San Francisco Bay Area and far beyond. And the story I think you told me, correct me if I'm wrong, but the day you moved.
Where's that referee? Give me some space.
Come on, Wiggles.
Start the count.
And a huge chop to the chest, and I even had to shake that one out. Imagine how you felt. Look at your face tells the story. But anyway,
that one wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Here's more.
Fantastic.
It hurt.
The day you moved to the East Bay, I don't know if it was open-handed that time. The day you moved to the East Bay was the day Roland Alexander died, wasn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately. So that was the whole point of me moving to the East Bay was literally to start going to APW and start training. And me and my roommate at the time, we were sitting in the living room just kind of absorbing the fact that we finally got a place and that we were, you know, making these steps forward with our lives. And a back chop because you're a really nice guy. I remember just sitting in the living room scrolling through Facebook. I had just posted, I think, a picture of the keys to the apartment.
Wow.
And then I find out that Roland passed away, and it was one of those, well, shoot, now what? Now what do I do moments. But, you know, I mean, things worked out in the long run. It certainly wasn't the route that I had expected.
Right.
But, I mean, I really didn't even know what to expect, so.
Right, and, well, you see there, I'm kind of selling.
And that's where he tears his ACL, ladies and gentlemen. Right there.
Right.
That's what did it.
That's real
Trying
life
to be sneaky and getting away from a body slam.
Yeah. And I tear my ACL. Well, there's a first cover of the matchup and a kick out at 2. That's so. Just to finish up your story, I guess, real quick. So then you head to Stoner U, Oakland, California, which was, you know, like I said, that was several years ago, so it wasn't nearly the
5 years.
Yeah. So Stoner U was even in its infancy at the time.
Yeah, Stoner U had just started.
But the whole reason I wanted to work you, like I said, is because I realized I don't have a lot of matches left. I probably have only 2 or 3 at this point. And, you know, you had turned into a hell of a worker. And so I wanted to get in the ring and just kind of see what you had, firsthand experience. And, you know, I remember telling you afterwards, you know, I could not have been happier with how the match went. And I was particularly worried. There's another cover, Wiggles with a 2 count. You suck, Wiggles. I was a little bit worried about the match because, you know, we wanted to tell the story. Well, we decided to tell the story of the weakened knee, but I had actually torn my ACL and meniscus. I think if this was the 17th, it was only maybe a month or so earlier. I had torn my ACL and meniscus recording audio for WWE 2K19, and that was before I even got the motion capture
hear that,
gig.
People? Audio. He tore his ACL talking.
I wasn't talking.
He was talking.
I wasn't.
That's what happens. Mr. Rock the Promo tore his ACL doing audio.
I was taking bumps. I was in the ring taking bumps and power bombs and suplexes and stuff, and I got the person with whom I was working up on my shoulders for a power bomb, and I felt a pop in my left knee, and that's what tore my ACL. So
keep in mind, he said he was taking power bombs, but got the guy up on his shoulders.
Well,
he takes power bombs like Wiggles.
No, I was. That's awesome. Shut up. I was giving and taking all kinds of stuff.
Giving you those chops back.
Yeah.
Two for flinching.
Shades of the cuzzies. Oh, you're the worst. But yeah, so we were, we weren't about to put look at that, Northern Lights into, having to compensate.
Storytelling can't hold
right.
him down because of the bad knee.
Psychology and a huge
big
lariat taking me down. Oh my God. But yeah, you and I, we were not about to let months and months of buildup stop us from having this match. And this was also Best of the West's 2-year anniversary event, which had Eli Drake on there and had, oh God, who was the guy? James Storm, I believe, was on there. Yeah, so it was a stacked card. It was a lit crowd and more ginger forearms. Oh, no, I started laying him in there a little bit. And then a rake of the eyes had a desperation. But yeah, you and I were not about to let anything come in the way of this match, and I'm really glad we were able to still make it happen and still be able to tell a good story around the injury for the sake of the match, but a real life injury.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was a great mix of real life and the fantasy storytelling that is pro wrestling. So
right,
it was a really great mixture.
Often makes for the best combination, too.
Absolutely. This is still one of my favorite matches because of everything that went into it.
Oh, thanks,
because of how much storytelling went into it and how much of a reaction we got before we even physically touched.
That's true.
The crowd was so into it. They just wanted to see you kick my ass. And they didn't get it.
Well, no, they didn't. I mean, that's what you have to do. You either give the fans what they want, or
in the kidney.
Yeah, you deserve it. You either give the fans what they want, or you just tease them long enough that they think they're going to get it, but eventually they don't. Because it's in real life, the good guys don't always win.
Oh!
Feeding me the canvas, and Tresario taking a second. That was slick, and that was.
Oh, that's why that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
we made it. We made it there.
We did, but foot on the rope, the veteran instincts, and this match continues. But
they say high risk when you go to the top. Oh!
Oh, you did.
Big stomp right on the knee, right on the ropes.
And this could be the beginning of the end, and it's fun when you get to blur the lines, I think, between fantasy and reality, because I don't think anybody here knew that I couldn't talk about it. My involvement with 2K, and there's the scissor kick.
Beautiful.
And there's, by the way, there's a fantastic picture online somewhere of that scissor kick. 1, 2.
I was really happy with the picture, too, because whoever it was, I think it was Devin Chen, had it at the right angle and just
full
got
extension,
dancing on the ceiling.
And
being a creep,
being
and
a creeper, you're right. And of course, having this match in hand, there's another open-handed slap to the face. Ducks a clothesline.
I'm gonna get it.
He got it. Does it bother you when you? Because this has happened a couple times. I call a lot of your matches. Does it bother you when you slam somebody down like that and you tell them, I'm sure, to just stay there? And then what goes on in your head when you have to make that split-second adjustment when you see that they're not exactly in that position? Stunner out of nowhere.
See, that's why you don't talk about someone's mom. That's what happened right there. I made a comment about your mom, and you gave me a stunner, which you rightfully should have.
Hey, there's a couple things you just don't do. Look at that. I have trouble pulling them back.
To answer your question, though, it bothers me when it's someone that I really like that doesn't do it, because if it's someone who's kind of a jerk or a putz, then all right, if you sit up, then I'm gonna land on your shoulder or something.
Or you're gonna elbow drop him in the forehead.
And that happened one time, and it was purely because I wasn't able to land straight.
Right.
And correct it in time. I almost crushed Maria on the head one time with it, and I was able to get my other hand down to kind of force her down a bit.
Oh, big the double stomp between the shoulder blades.
Stomp.
And he hit the scissor kick already. He knows the knee is weakened. And what do you call this exactly? Because this is a very innovative and unique submission maneuver.
What do I call this one?
Or does it not have a name yet?
It doesn't really have a name yet.
Okay. because it's brutal. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks absolute. It's like a reverse.
Well, how did it
Texas
feel?
Cloverleaf. Super light. I mean, and he sinks it in a la Kurt Angle, and I am
the leg hump.
That's it.
And then he taps out.
Right, when he starts humping me, that's when I draw the line. I'm like, enough's enough. But
we had a name that we talked about though. Was it Worst Case Tresario or something like that?
I think it was something like that.
Something
actually,
like
yeah.
that instead of Worst Case Scenario.
Worst Case Tresario.
Ginger Snap has been brought up for it before. You know, I don't really have a name for that or for the
Scissor kick.
The scissor kick.
Okay. Hey, if you got ideas, leave them in the comments.
Or for the body slam elbow.
Right.
And then this is actually before I started doing my new finisher, the twisted snap.
That's right, which is an equally innovative maneuver.
You're lucky. You're lucky that you didn't get to feel that one.
Yeah, well, I had enough. And Tresario victorious in this grudge match. A look back. Oh, man. Oh, shucks. But again, I'm very happy with the match. There's even a spot you and I wanted to get in there. For the life of me, I couldn't remember what it is. But like I said, I don't have a lot of matches left. And so as far as this is concerned, and with, having no ACL and no meniscus in my left knee, I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah. Considering what the handicaps were going into it with the injury, then yeah, we went in there, we told our story, we had fun, and we both were no worse for the wear when we left the ring. So.
Exactly. And I remember immediately afterwards, too.
Oh, she didn't like me.
No, she doesn't.
She is not happy with me.
Which means a job well done if you're
Maybe
Tresario.
I should have high-fived her.
And some of this crowd's snapping, but most
So
of
that
them
guy that
going.
was snapping,
Yeah.
I've actually I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
Or I've known him through here. He's a fan who comes to almost all of our Best of the West shows.
That's cool.
He and his family are awesome supporters.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for Friday's bonus content. I hope you enjoyed watching that match as much as I did, doing commentary over it. If I had to guess, I'd say I'd probably only have maybe 2 or 3 more matches left in my career, but I was glad to get in the ring with Stevie. He's a guy that I kind of started on his pro wrestling journey, as you heard he and I discuss, and so it was cool to just kind of get in there and just see what he's got. And I think he's got a super bright future ahead of him. So keep an eye out for Steven Tresario. Hope to see you tonight at Hoodslam in Oakland. Hope to see you tomorrow at Headlock on Hunger in Sparks, Nevada. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know exactly when the next episode drops. And that will be sometime on Monday for the next episode of WWE 2K Fabe. I'm AJ Kirsch. Till next time. Take care, y'all.